Hello, hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. Just make sure that what you do does not affect somebody else, does not hurt somebody else, does not negatively impact somebody else. I really don't care what you do. You can be a prostitute. You can be in corporate life. You could be a stay-at-home mom. You could be a stay-at-home dad. You could be a business owner. You could be over a 501c3. You could be a volunteer. Whatever. I don't care what you do. I'm not judging you for what you do. But don't judge somebody else for what they do. Especially if what they're doing, in your mind, you see that as being better than what you're doing. Or you see the person doing what it is that you believe is better than what you're doing, and they're happy doing it. Yeah, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to somebody else either. Because actually what you're ending up doing is you're sullying your character, and you're also just letting people know that, hey, I would do any and everything to put somebody else down and or hurt somebody else just so I can feel better about myself and my life that I'm not happy doing. So you're selling your character, and you're saying a lot about your morals, your values and your morals, how you were brought up, how you were raised, and how you carry yourself. Selling your character in the eyes of others can be really bad. When you sully the character of somebody else in the eyes of other people, intentionally to affect them, that's also bad for you. Not bad for the person that you're doing it towards. Because if they're strong, if they know themselves, they like themselves, they love themselves, they have morals, they have values, they have good character, that is going to shine through each and every time. So no matter who comes up against that person, no matter what lies were told on that person, when evil tries to come up against the light, it will get destroyed. When lies try to come up against truth, the lies will be found out and uncovered. That's basically how it is. I talk about this because at the last career I was at, there was another associate that worked at another storefront that wanted to do exactly what I do. She wanted to be me. She wanted to have my charm, charisma, my talent, my knowledge, my skill, expertise, because she wanted to be seen in my light. And she thought by ganging up with other people, joining up with other people to come against me, to sully my character would make her look good, would make her shine bright in the eyes of other individuals. I'm here to tell you no. No. Because it's a lie. It's a lie. That's not who she is. Your character will always shine through. Who you are will always shine through. If you would do that to somebody else, if you would do that to another person, your character is going to shine through. So when you're dealing with each person that you come into contact with, whether you get them to join your team to hurt other people or not, or whether you try to win them over with your fake charm, your mask that you're wearing, when I tell you, you will not be able to wear that mask forever. Your true self is going to shine through. For instance, myself. People like to think because I'm bi gender and I was born male that for some reason I'm ashamed of what I was born as. No, not at all. I know who I am, and therefore I know myself, and I like myself. But I'm comfortable living in my truth, in my authenticity, where I'm comfortable, how I'm comfortable living. You can't say that for other people. You have so many people that are trying to be something that they're not, and telling people that that's exactly what they are. And you might say, well, Joe, isn't that what you're doing? No. Authentically, I'm being myself. I'm being honest. I'm being truthful. Yet other people will see that as me being fake and or wearing a mask, and then project that or tell other people that that's what it is. when it's not what it is. But when you have so many people that believe one thing and they come into agreement with that, then they'll try to project their feelings, their thoughts, their truths on somebody else. And that doesn't fit. That doesn't work. That doesn't jive with everybody. And that could also make people feel as if they're doing something wrong. As if they are intimidating something when they're not. They're actually being honest and truthful about who they are, what they do, how they carry themselves, so on and so forth. So as I said, it shines through. People can tell the real from the fake. And those that are fake love to use other individuals and point them and put them out there as being fake when they're actually not. Put them out there as being something that they're actually not. And when I tell you that being a transgender individual is one of those things where people love to discredit, especially in the times that we're in today, where there's so much hate and stereotypes and judgment against transgender individuals. It's totally not right. It's totally fucked up, but sign of the times. And unfortunately, intentional behavior. But whatever you do will come back to you. So those that are using this time and the hate that is currently against transgender individuals, I will tell you like this. That same hate that you put out, that same belittling, that same mistreatment, that could end up being you. That could end up being your child, somebody that you love somebody that you love and somebody that you care about. And I don't think people really, really want to go there. Because it's usually the sins of others that fall on people that they love, and they don't want that to happen. Those are the intentions that they don't mean, that they don't want to happen, but end up happening regardless of what they want because of what they did. It's really kind of sad, but it's true. We live in a world today where so many people are wearing masks and so many people want to be something that they're not, that they will use hate of other people to go up against good people, intentionally to try to disparage their character, put them down, make them out to be less than who they really are. And the backfire of that is extreme. Catastrophic, actually. It's catastrophic. Because like I said, nobody can wear that mask for long. Nobody can wear the mask for long. So, if people think that I'm wearing a mask or whatever, well, my goodness. This has been me for well over a decade. And I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not pretending. I'm not putting on something that I'm not. But yet and still, hey. But you have people that are doing this every day and tricking and fooling and deceiving people in a myriad of different ways. And when their mask falls and people find out the truth about who they are, then they say, oh, I didn't know. Oh, yada, yada, yada. Oh, whatever. It happens all over the place. It happens in a myriad of different ways. But people will use certain things or certain issues or current problems or the current bullying tactics against a part of society which has been done time and time and time again in order to subject someone that they do not like or that they are jealous of into being treated and seen in a way that is not befitting of them. So, in talking about this girl that wanted to be me, that was jealous of me, envious of me, she teamed up with another person to come against me. They brought in more people. They added in more people and more people. And it's one of those things where, like, my goodness, you do so much, you get so many people caught up in your lie and your falseness and your bad behavior that you end up having to take a lot of hits because you want it to be something that you're not. And when I say taking a lot of hits, you're taking a lot of hits not only to your ego and your arrogancy, but people taking hits at you. The hits at me don't work. The hits at me don't work. They don't. But the hits at these people when they're found out to be a liar, to be a deceiver, to be a bully, the truth when other people find out, the hits that they're going to take are going to be, like I said, catastrophic, detrimental. People can't handle it when their mask falls off and people see them for exactly who they are. They can't handle it. They like to turn it up a notch. They like to turn it up a notch, and they like to take it out on the same people that they lied on and bullied in order for them to be seen in a different manner than they are. And it is disgusting. It is disgusting behavior. And this person, like I said, I don't care who you are. Just as long as you don't negatively affect somebody else. That person did that and so much more. So much so, they fucked up their future. They thought they were fucking up my future? No, they fucked up their future. They fucked up their reputation. They fucked up their future connections, any kind of future connections they had, any kind of future business they have. They have a scarlet stain on their name, attached to them. A scarlet stain attached to them, where they wanted that for me. And like I said, if it doesn't fit, if it doesn't fit, people, you can't place something on an individual that doesn't fit. And I was thinking about the movie Melina, and I've only seen clips of it, but I got the gist of it because I've experienced the same thing in a lot of ways, where people believe certain things about you based off of lies and assumptions. And you're treated in a certain manner by different parts of society. And it doesn't necessarily have to be true what they're believing, but it's been said, or they see it in that way, or they believe it to be this way, or they want it to be this way. So they will say this to come against you or to speak ill in your name, and the next thing you know, you're being treated this way by one part of society, being treated this way by another part of society, being treated another way by another part of society, and you have a whole bunch of different parts of society coming at you and attacking you when you haven't done anything but be yourself, and they're basically attacking you and are treating you in certain ways based off of their own assumptions, presumptions, or lies, and not the truth. And you trying to say something about the truth to them, it's either going to read true in your actions, the way you carry yourself, your manners, and so on and so forth, or it's going to ring false. And people then have a choice to believe, okay, where are they going to believe? Off of what they're seeing from you. As I said, the truth always comes to the light. You just don't know when it's going to come to the light. And when the truth comes out and the masks fall and people see the true culprits, the true evildoers, the true wicked individuals, they see the truth, not everybody's going to be able to handle it. So you have some people that are still going to believe the lies even though they have the truth. And those that get the truth, believe the truth, not going to do anything to make it right. So who's going to make it right? God has to make it right. God has to prepare the table, your table, in the presence of your enemies. All of them, known and unknown. So that they can see that whatever they did, whatever they said, did not work. And then people have to watch you eat while they suffer because of their evil, wicked doings and behaviors. Simple as that. They might not like it. They might not agree with it. They may not want to accept it. But it is what it is. It's what God says it is. Because God knows the truth. No matter how many lies are told, no matter how many people are wearing masks and fronting and pretending to be something that they're not, God knows the truth. And He will expose each individual in His perfect timing. I'm only speaking on this right now because you have individuals that are currently undergoing irreparable damage that they've done for years. It's not repairable. There's nothing that they can say. There's nothing that they can do to change what they have already done. So all they can do is basically sit in what they created. Sit in the mess that they created. And in sitting in that mess, they want to get angry at other individuals that they've already done some ill things against. And it's an adding up of a return on God's vengeance and wrath that they're not ready for. And it's apparent because as they're sitting in the mess that they created and they're trying to find a way out, they want to try to find somebody to blame for their problems or what they're going through. As they're sitting in it and they're having to deal with it, they want to project onto other individuals their anger, their frustration, their sadness, their bitterness. The same shit that they were doing when they came against us and attacked us and lied on us. They were blaming us for their insecurities, blaming us for their anger, blaming us for their lack, seeing us happy in what we're doing, successful in what we're doing, wanting to copy us, wanting to be us, and then saying, oh, we can take this person out and I can step in their shoes. No, you can't. No, you can't. God won't allow it to happen. He won't allow it to happen. No. He won't. And I know that there are some individuals that feel like, well, if I tell enough lies, if I deceive enough people, if I continue to set this up, if I continue to do this, if I continue to behave in this manner, if I continue to try to make this person look this way or whatever, then it's going to work. It's going to work. No. No. You end up making yourself look like even more of a tyrant, even more of a bully, even more arrogant, even more narcissistic. You just end up making things 100, 200, 300 times worse for yourself. For yourself. I mean, you do that if you want to. You're going to do what you want to do. You've been doing what you want to do. And believing you're going to get away with it. So you keep doing what you want to do. And I'm going to allow God to do what God's going to do. In my life, and in your life, and in anybody else's life that believes and thinks they can wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to put on a mask of somebody else, and I'm going to do this to this person, I'm going to treat this person in this manner, so on and so forth, and actually believing they're going to be successful and succeed in being deceitful, manipulative, and toxic in this world where we already have to deal with that crap on a daily basis in a myriad of different areas. It's not acceptable. And these people will have to answer to God. And God's vengeance and his wrath are on the lives of these individuals because they have refused. They have refused to do the necessary work. They'd rather just steal, kill, and destroy.